Ever seen that movie Breaking Down? That's what's about to happen. I'm actually hoping to get shot. I'm going home. I'm fucking done. I reckon if I get this on a plane, that'll be a miracle. If you actually see me riding this in Colombia, it's been a miracle.
Bike won't start. Fuck. I just realised I have to cross back into El Salvador.
Okay guys, here's the deal. I'm just going to show you something straight up. You ready? This is the start of the vlog, but it's been a mess. So just watch this. So you think it's crazy for me to ride along the Bolivia Death Road because I might fall over the edge and die? I tell you what's crazy, right? This is a fact. Nursing homes are filled with people that are dying on their deathbed, and do you know what they're filled with? They're filled with regret. I should have, I could have, I would have, but you know what? I didn't. And I'll tell you this, and I mean this every day of the week, I'd rather live a short life that is fulfilled than live 100 years. Okay, listen up. I left LA and I'm making my way to Bolivia. It's about a 30,000 kilometre round trip. But here's the thing. I filmed day one, leaving Melbourne, preparation for the vlog. Then I filmed on the plane. Then I filmed going to Matt Laidlaw's. He's had my Harley Davidson since the last vlog. He did a full makeover on the bike. I then left Laidlaw's and then I was 2 days on the road, and it was the end of day 3 of the vlog. And I'd bought a new terabyte external hard drive, and all the footage I'd loaded on was gone. And I had IT guys look for hours. They remotely accessed my computer. That there was something wrong with the external hard drive. There's no way to recover it. So I'm actually picking up the vlog day 4. So the morning of day 4 is where the vlog begins. I'm up the top of Mexico still, and then I come through Mexico, and I'm trying to make my way to Panama City, where my Road King is booked in to go on a cargo plane to be shipped to Bogota, Colombia. Then from Colombia, I'm going to attempt to ride all the way to Bolivia and ride along the Bolivia Death Road. It is one of the most scariest roads in the world. There's no other world that has had as many fatalities. There's sheer drops of 1 kilometre straight down off the edge. I'm going to attempt to ride my Road King, a Harley Davidson, along the Bolivia Death Road. I am gutted that I lost the first 3 days of footage. I can't tell you, it's like, 7 throat punches and then about 20 kicks in the head. I worked my ass off for 3 days, for also 3 days on the road, but all the filming prior, it's all gone. I can't get it back. Don't tell me it can be sent off to experts or all of this. I've had experts look at it already. I've spent big money to look at it already. It can't go. The first 3 days is gone, but I have to remember this vlog is 44 days long. So just remember, we're picking up the vlog at day 4, the morning of day 4. and you'll actually see the moment where I discover that I've lost all my footage and I lose my shit. And guys, enjoy the series, and I don't know if I'm going to pull this off. I don't, to be honest. I've bitten off way more than I can chew. Can you ride a Harley Davidson along the Bolivia Death Road?
All right, we're back in the service department area right now. I'm gonna check on the progress of Danny Hayes, Road King. Back here with Steve Garcia, our service manager. We might catch Eric back here as well, who's actually doing the work. Yeah, so I kind of sprung this project on Steve and Eric a little bit. Yeah, usually when the integrity of the bike's been compromised as much as this one, we start to question a lot of things, because when a bike leaves our shop, it's gotta be 100%.
So when you brought this onto me, I thought you were joking at first, but I thought you were joking, but then when you had the look on your face, then I was like, okay, he's not playing around. But it's nothing that we can't do. It's just something a little different. We know that Bogan thrashes everything, so it's okay to kind of look the other way in this situation when we usually don't in other situations. But key factors is we did a road ready on it. We made sure it wasn't gonna blow up on him. Hooked him up with a crowd setup with the Raptor pullback. Hooked him up with an ODI bar, get him closer to the bike. His old bar setup, we noticed he was kind of reaching too far forward. So you never want that, especially if he's gonna take it through a mud road or in the water or whatever craziness he does. So I think with the little bit of things that we did do, 1, we made it reliable, 2, comfort, and then 3, a little bit more accessories, give him more up to date. He had a little bit of the older stuff, older exhaust, older crash guard. The front fender was mangled. The front wheel wasn't even spinning properly. So we had to get him a new front tire, and obviously a front fender. Santoro was cool enough to hook us up. Once again, shout out to Santoro. We got him their updated engine guard and saddlebag guards. He didn't have saddlebag guards on before, which is why the bags are as thrashed as they are. But yeah, I thought you were joking when you brought this bike to me. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, the exhaust was all broken in 5 different places. I don't know how that was hanging on by a thread. So we eliminated a lot of the 2-into-2 exhaust. We got a 2-into-1. Just because the videos that I've seen, that exhaust should have broke a long time ago.
So you think this thing's gonna make it another 10,000 miles now that we?
The motor's healthy, got good compression, so we're good on that.
So we're back in the service department. He's gonna give us a little bit of a walk around. We're gonna check it out, make sure we're not missing anything, make sure we're not overlooking anything. Obviously we want Danny to be as safe as possible on his next voyage, wherever that may be. Eric's informed me that all the parts that we got for this job specifically have been installed at this point. And so we still got about a week time left before Danny shows up. So if there's anything like last minute that we want to do, we got to really make that decision now and make sure we get the part here in time to have it installed before he's riding out of here on his next adventure. So let's take a close look at this bike and see what we got here. So Danny really had 2 primary objectives as we were overhauling his Road King Special here. The first one being that he wanted to make it as safe and as reliable as possible. So as we were going through the bike, we wanted to make sure that everything was good, tires, the engine, there was no leaks, things like that. And we replaced some critical parts on the bike to make sure that it was going to be as reliable as possible. He didn't want to be stranded in some remote location in the middle of nowhere without access to a proper repair facility and access to parts to make repairs. And he really wanted to make sure that the overall appearance of the bike remained relatively the same as they've been in his past vlogs. He wanted to make sure that people knew that, hey, this is still the same Road King Special that I've logged, thousands of miles on. And so we wanted to retain, all the same like paint and bodywork for the most part. And so it was just changing some of these critical components. And so we weren't really going to be changing the overall appearance and aesthetics of the bike. And the other issue that he brought up was just the overall ergonomics of the bike. He just felt like he was in a weird riding posture with the bars leaning leaning too far forward. And so we ordered up some parts and did up like the bar and seat situation to give him a lot more comfort than he is used to on his last trip to Mexico. So we had several sponsors step up and want to support Danny in his next adventure that I definitely want to mention. First of all, Harley Davidson Motor Company stepped up and wanted to supply all of the genuine Harley Davidson replacement parts that we put on this bike, and I'll be going through those in detail in just a second. And Danny wanted a turnout exhaust system that was a smaller pipe, so a little bit smaller footprint on the bike, so as not to have a long pipe hanging out the back of his saddlebags. And I recommended Two Brothers Racing exhaust system to him, and he loved it as soon as he laid eyes upon it. He said, that's perfect, that's exactly what I want. So Two Brothers Racing stepped up and hooked up Danny with this pipe, so shout out to Two Brothers Racing. As we all know, we've seen Danny drop his bike many times as he's going off-road in these hairy situations, and inevitably you're going to drop your bike when you ride in roads and situations that aren't really tailored for on-road motorcycle. I said, hey, you know what, I know just the company, the best in the business in terms of engine guards, and so Santoro Fab Works stepped up and provided the engine and the saddlebag guards. They love following along in Danny's travels, and so they wanted to make sure that if in the unfortunate circumstance of the bike tipping over, that he would have the best protection available on the market. And then Rick Rack, as many of you guys have seen in Danny's past videos, always supply his luggage that clips on to the Harley Davidson luggage rack in the rear, so he can quickly clip it on and off and get into his hotel room. And last but not least, we can't forget to talk about Wilbur's suspension. Wilbur's flew in their #1 technician, Stefan, and he gave Danny's Road King a refresh on the suspension, new rear shocks, and he rebuilt the front end with new oil. So I think between the Wilbur's suspension, the new Harley Davidson Signature Series seat with the backrest, and the better pullback with the Kraus risers, he's going to be a lot more comfortable in the saddle, and he's going to be more capable of enduring those long mileage days. I'm excited for you, man.
So check it out. So we've got the new fender.
Yep.
People are going to love this, man. People are Look, we've got 2 GoPros going.
Yeah, you gotta have 2 different perspectives.
Now remember, I'm going
Do the Danny Hayes.
Yeah.
You don't have a film crew, but I do have a film crew, so.
Yeah. I'm not that big yet, but I will be one day.
You will be.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Looks so cool.
Yeah, Harley Davidson Motor Company stepped up big. They wanted to support the $1 Million Bogan, so all the genuine Harley Davidson parts you see on here, Harley Davidson contributed and sponsored this build. So that includes the passing lamps on here, front fender. Of course, we transferred the iconic Mexico sticker over. I got to tell you guys, so when I first told Danny I got him a new fender, he's like, oh, well, what about my sticker? I said, it's in the trash can. I don't know, but no, it wasn't in the trash can. We transferred it, so we're good. So we got you a fresh set of Michelin tires.
Yep.
So these aren't the stock touring tires.
Yep. Are they good tires?
These are great tires, yeah. So they're Harley Davidson part numbers. They're
Yep.
Michelin tires.
Yep.
This is the stock tire off a Lowrider S. Yeah, so they're basically in the rear. You have the Lowrider S tire because you have a Lowrider S wheel back there.
Yep.
And these wheel sizes, you can also fit the Anarchy Wilderness tires on there
Correct.
as well, which is one of the things you said you wanted. So I got to give credit where credit is due. So
Yep.
our technician Eric, he
Yep.
put the whole thing together. Our service manager Steve, he's serviced a lot of this stuff. I put those two guys through a lot of headache and everything, to source some parts and getting everything and piecing it all together in the time frame we were working with. So kudos to the service department. They're the ones that really made this thing, happen behind the scenes. So thank you guys.
And the biggest performance mod to this motorcycle here is we removed about 4.5 pounds worth of dirt and debris all over the bike. So actually it's
Really?
gonna weigh a lot lighter too.
Can you just flick those lights on so I can just get a shot
Yeah.
of those? Oh, your LED rings here. And can you put the passing lights on? How tough does that look?
Yeah, that's amazing.
So yeah, these are Harley. So that's their new LED turn signal. It has the white halo and then amber when the turn signal comes on.
You know that I've named my motorbike now?
Oh, yep, I did know that.
You know the name?
I do, Marine One.
Yeah, and look what I've got.
Oh,
And
dang.
here, and you can put it on.
Dude,
Christening.
I love it. My
This is
honor,
official,
man.
So I was thinking about here. So this is where it officially becomes Marine One.
I love
The
it.
christening.
Right there?
Right there. There it is.
Marine One.
And it only ever becomes Marine One when I'm riding it. If anybody else rides it, it's just a normal bike. It's like the president. If the president's on a plane, it becomes Air Force One. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter what plane he's on. It's the same with the Road King. It's just a normal Road King. If I'm riding it, then it's Marine 1.
I love it.
Yes. This is it, let's go.
All right, so he's ready to go. He's shoving off, so hopefully our work holds together.
Bring that camera here. You better hope the mechanics have done a good job. You know why? Because you're about to find out, because if shit falls off, if the motor blows up, the last service it had was at Laidlaw's.
Hey, you know, we stand behind our work. Your bike is gonna make it. You shouldn't have any issues. And you know what? You're riding a Harley Davidson after all, so most reliable bike on the road.
The only thing that might not hold up is whatever you got going on back here.
This is a professional outfit, mate.
Whatever you're attaching and strapping to your bike. And I mean, this is my work. This is kind of shoddy. I don't stand behind this. I'm not a trained technician, so this right here is definitely a little bit dodgy.
For you rookies, don't do this. This is years of training. Guys, this is methodical planning and thinking. Don't try this at home. Look at this.
Do you know what you're doing, Danny?
Yeah. And guess what? It's about to rain. Who would have thought? And I've only got to get rid of 2 tires and a helmet to get to my rain gear. It's all about the planning.
Yeah, it hasn't rained here in probably a month at least.
What the fuck is going on here?
Danny will soon start posting his new series on his YouTube channel. Make sure you follow along at $1 Million Bogan. We wish you luck, Danny. Enjoy the Road King special. We'll see you when you get back.
It's 4:45. It's day 4. Let's go. Love being the bellboy, bitch. That's hardcore, mate. 5:09. Be on the road by 5:30. 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. That's 7 hours. 7 hours. I need to do 600 k's. That way I've got 400 k's left to do in the afternoon, which will be brutal. Today's going to be tough. Mate, give me fucking time. You motherfucker. Stupid fucking lifts. Too fucking bloody motherfuckers. That's it. I don't know why everybody's so stressed at 5 AM. Too fucking close on me. It was fucking... And elevator music. Feel so fresh and rested. Such a professional outfit, this. I'm running a very professional channel now where I no longer swear. I know there's a lot of professional people, YouTubers, and they don't swear. They don't say things like fuck or so I'm really trying to change that about my channel because, you know, I want to keep it professional. I want to keep it fake. I'm not going to show stress, and I'm not going to show when you get emotional, when you get angry, because when you're on the road doing thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of kilometers in non-speaking English countries, you don't get stressed. You don't get stressed. What you do is you just edit that shit out. Just edit that shit out and be perfect. And be perfect. There's heaps of channels out there that don't swear, they don't say shit, fuck or and mine's not one of them. Okay, let's go. "15 seconds, that's a record. Must have been really hard for those 3 staff to make me a latte at a 5-star hotel. But instead I'm gonna drink this shit. That's right, because it's nice and healthy. Hey? I'm gonna burn the inside of my gut out through my asshole. Give it a shake, shake up the chemicals. And at night time, when this is in your stomach, people can see it because you glow. You glow at night time. That's a true story. I would not make shit up. Let's go. Oh, fuck. Don't know if you can see this bad light, but this exhaust is really loud, so I've got these special earplugs. I mean, this exhaust is so loud. I went past a group of kids and I revved it, and I'm not making this up, but their heads exploded. I'm not going to tie the tyres on today. I don't think they need to be tied down. I think they'll be right just sitting there. People get carried away with tying shit down on highways. I mean, what can go wrong? So that's where we are. Hermosillo. Ooh. We're going to Mazatlan. 900 kilometers, it says. Let's go. It's important to start your Harley Davidson up quiet in the morning. It's 5:37. Today, Sinaloa State, the Sinaloa cartel, the most dangerous cartel in the world. We are going to ride straight through it at about 300 kilometers an hour. Let's go! Thank you. Just filling up. Done 160 Ks and it's not even 7 AM yet. So I'm gonna go get my own change. The guy at the survey said he had no change. It was 300 pesos and all I had was a 500. So he wanted a 200 peso tip. So I'm now walking to the shop to get some change for him. This is a shit coffee. I don't even know what it is. It's a cross between, I don't know. That's looking good. Gracias.
9 minutes we've done just over 300 Ks, so making great time. The bike's running great, and I think the first day or two you just make sure everything's okay. And today I'm opening up a bit. I'm sitting on somewhere between $1.40 and $1.60, and it's just purring along nicely. Another toll station, who would have thought? Close to the Sinaloa state, just noticing less police presence. Last time I was here there was cops everywhere, there just doesn't seem to be as much, but I am on the west coast. So tomorrow should be at Acapulco. As I said, I was going to get there. Heading to Acapulco, that's the first stop. I'll try and have 2 nights there if I've got time. Ultimately we're heading to Bolivia. Big journey ahead of us. The goal was to try and do 500 or 600 Ks before midday. I've nearly done 400 Ks and it's only 8:45 in the morning, so as I said before, first couple of days take it easy on the bike. Some other mechanics have been working on it. You just want to make sure everything's spot on, but now I'm opening the bike up a bit. And as I said, it's just sitting nicely on 140, 150, 160. It is a stage 2. We've got the new Two Brothers exhaust on it. Sounds awesome. It's loud. I've got my earplugs in. I don't normally wear them, but gee, what a difference it makes with wearing earplugs. Hello?
Yes.
Hey, I have an oil light on. I've never ever had that before. Shit. Hardly done. $1,600 Ks on the bike. Shit. I'm not too stressed about the oil light being on. I'll obviously check it at the next servo. I've been riding the bike pretty hard. It might have just dropped below a certain level and it's just triggered it. So again, the bike's not leaking oil anywhere, so I'm not stressed. But I've obviously slowed down a bit, just taking it easy, sitting at about 120. Flat spot to check. Well, to be honest, I'm going to be very interested to see what the oil reading is. I have noticed that the bike is leaning more on an angle, so maybe has just dropped below a certain level and it's triggered the low oil warning because it has been jacked up. So what we did with the Road Glide is we actually had to extend the stand so it would sit more like that. So notice the Road King's sitting quite over, so I don't know, I'm a bit unsure why it's saying it's got low oil, but we're about to find out if it really does have low oil. Just doing a visual inspection looking for oil. Just all looks very, very clean. Okay, here we go. Just gonna sit that there. The oil's clean, which is good. Okay, it's 4 dots down from where it should be. So it just needs a bit of a top up. It's only just gone under. So that's good. No big stress. Might see if they sell some oil here. Okay, they don't sell any oil here, but the next town is about 90 k's away, Los Mocas. And I'll buy some oil there. I'm just gonna buy a litre. And all it's done is just dropped. It's because I was opening it up before. I was sort of seeing what sort of top end speed this thing had, which was about 193 kilometers an hour. And I think that's just used a bit of oil up. Anyway, the bike's running good. It's running really good. But there's plenty of oil. No need to panic. Ugh. Right, let's go. It's 9:30. I've done 420 k since I left. A good day of riding. It So I've got some motor fuel, 20 watt by 50, 4-stroke for a V-twin. I think this is the stuff I need. So I'm gonna go grab some bite to eat, just let the bike sit for a bit, and it'll still be hot, and then I'm probably just gonna pour in probably 1/2 to 3/4 of a litre. It is hot, it's about 33, 34 degrees. They make these fucking things simple, hey? Go gadget knife. I'll be back in half an hour when I open up this lid. Let's go make a coffee or something. Okay, there we go. There we have it. I'm just going to put in 1/2 litre and check it. Looks like I've just massively overfilled it.
Spanish?
No.
¿Ah? Ven, hijo. Pregúntale de dónde viene y para dónde se dirige en inglés.
Where did you come from?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
But I'm from Australia.
Los Ángeles, ¿de dónde viene?
Where do you come? Like, where are you going?
Going to Bolivia, South America.
Wow, Bolivia?
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Okay, I've massively overfilled it. I just hope that maybe it'll just work out. Just ignore that. I think it looks pretty good to me, but you can't, those notches, I mean, you can't count on it. I mean, fuck, it's the lean of the bike. You know, there's many factors, but my oil light came on, so it needed oil. And when I checked it, it was down, so, you know, you know what, it is what it is. You can't fight it, just keep riding the bike. And I mean, better to have more oil than no oil, I say. I think it's time for the sunscreen. What do you reckon, guys? Okay, these are the hard Ks in front of us now. It's hot, 35 degrees. Bit of lipstick on. All you people that don't know what this is, if you ever do a long ride, like if you do a ride longer than 20 minutes to your mate's house, you'll get some of this because your lips burnt, but not everybody will relate to using one of these. But anyway. Hotter, but I love the heat. I'd rather it be hot than raining. Yeah, let's go.